again, and welcome to Restaurant Review. It's Bob Bockelman here, hosting as usual, and once again, we're going to be bringing you some music and restaurant, and we're happy you're here. We're in the throes of summer in New Orleans, a very, very hot summer we've had. We're just starting July, looking forward to the July 4th weekend coming up, but June has really been a killer temperature-wise, and that's I don't know, that's kind of slowed down the business a little bit for restaurants. We've been noticing summer is always a little slow, but between the economy and the temperature, people have just been staying away, which is a shame because our restaurants need to flourish. That's what we're known for. So we're going to keep pushing at you, giving you new opportunities so you can say, well, I can't keep going back to the same restaurant. As you know, we're always bringing you new ones every week, and that's our purpose. We have a brand new restaurant for you this week. And we're going to be telling you about it in a little bit. But let's go ahead. Now, we don't have a live musician in the studio today, but we're kind enough to go, if you remember, our good friend, OLGA WILHELMINA. She's been on the show numerous times over the years. She started off as a bluegrass singer. And got a lot of credit there. And she's finally expanding from that. She's moving into a little more general. And in the songs we did today was from her third CD, which when she was here earlier this year around Mardi Gras, she was telling she'd be doing her fourth CD in summer, and then she's really going to blow it out, and it'll be all kinds of music. So we're anxious to see this. So let's go ahead and take a listen and look at one of OLGA WILHELMINA's songs from her third album.
My next song is a song called Can You Forgive Me?
What can I say? What can I say about it? It's not like me, be so reckless and carefree. I feel so bad, I feel so bad about it. Can you forgive? Can you forgive me? What can I do to make it up to you? I'm so sad I let you down, and I'm sorry for it. I won't forget about it. Can you forgive me? Yeah. Can you forgive me? You open your heart, say you opened up your home. I show no respect, all that you have done. I feel so bad, I just feel so bad about it. Can you forgive? Can you forgive me? What can I do to make it up to you? I'm so sad I let you down, and I'm sorry for it. I won't forget about it. Can you forgive me? Yeah. Can you forgive me? You held me up now when I've been so down. You've been so kind when I've been oh so careless all around. I didn't return the favor. yeah, 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 yeah. Say, open your heart. You opened up your home. I showed no respect, all that you have done. What can I do to make it up to you? I'm so sad I let you down, yeah. And I'm sorry for it. I won't forget about it. Can you forgive me? Yeah, 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 yeah. Can you forgive me? And I try so hard. Can you forgive me, baby? See, oh, you know I want to have a chance to make it right. Can you, 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 baby, dear. Ooh, oh, no, 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 no. Can you forgive me? So won't you just now? Can you forgive me?
Okay, well, that's OLGA WILHELMINA. That's her new steps away from the bluegrass. And now that twang, got a little rock in it, huh? We enjoyed that. It's going to be a real good prelude to her new CD. And we will let you know, and she's going to let us know when it's out and what it's all about. And maybe have her back on next season with that one. Anyway, let's move on. Today we have a great new restaurant, and we'll find out. I think it's only open a few weeks, but we'll ask the chef when we get to him. This is in GERT Town. For those, and again, I'm not familiar. We always hear about GERT Town, but I'm not sure of all the dimensions. I do know it's bounded by Earhart and by Carrollton. Those are the two most important streets because it's so close to that. This restaurant is only 1 block away from Carrollton and 2 blocks away from Earhart, and that's going to be on the uptown side of that. So that's really key. The actual location is on Short Street, which runs on the side of the restaurant, and FORSHEY, F-O-R-S-H-E-Y, in the front of the restaurant. And the name of the restaurant is, are you ready for this? Big Bessies Soul and Seafood Restaurant. So we've got a great new soul restaurant to bring you. Well, there's a lot of seafood as well, but just the importance of soul cooking. We really don't have too many of them in the mid-city, GERT Town, or nearly even uptown area. So this one's very, very new, and we're real pleased to have the owner and the chef, whose name is, ready for this, Dwayne Big Bessie Robertson. Welcome to the show, Dwayne.
Hello, Bob. How you doing?
Good, good. We appreciate you coming on today. Let's talk a little bit, first of all, before we go into the details of the restaurant. We just got to know, how did you get the name Big Bessie?
Well, ever since I was young, everybody started calling me Bessie about 4 or 5 years old after my grandmother, and it's been with me ever since. So, as of today, I'm Big Bessie.
So that was your grandmother's name?
Exactly.
And I understand.
Bessie Robinson.
Go ahead.
Bessie Robinson.
Bessie Robinson. And I understand the most important thing is that she was your inspiration with cooking. She got you into cooking. You followed, is that right? Did you understand?
Yes.
Stood by him and watched everything she did as a
every
kid?
time she went in there with her, cut up seasoning, whatever she needed me to do. And I enjoyed it because I like to eat, and I was right there with her side by side.
Side by side. Well, you can't get better cooking than having one-on-one tutelage from your grandparents. In the old days, that's the only way it was done, usually because the family, the parents maybe were too busy working to support the family. So if the children were home and growing up with the grandparents, before daycare and all that stuff came on, people did stay home with their grandparents. They would live with their grandparents many times. And what a great way to cooking to replicate and honor her. So you're carrying on the name, and you dedicated the restaurant, of course, to yourself and to her. Now, we're going to take some pictures of the restaurant, and you can't miss it, folks. It's a great, especially in the summer, it's cooling just looking at it. It's a lime green and a bright sunshine yellow trim. Right on the corner there, again, it's on FORSHEY the front, and on the side street there is Short. But I want to tell you this about it. Once you go in, we're leaving the green. I know everybody's worried about green today, getting healthy. The green is left on the outside walls. We're not cooking green here, folks. We're cooking sole and seafood. This is the important thing. This is the way we enjoy it and like it. So we've got to be able to get away a little bit away from this green stuff. If we're too healthy, we're never going to enjoy food. So we got to find a good balance. And what better way than trying this? So let's talk a little bit about the restaurant. How long has it been open, Dwayne?
Well, we've been open about 3 months.
3 months, okay.
3 months, yes.
And how big is it about? How many do you seat?
We can seat up to 32.
32, okay.
Comfortably, yes.
Great. And what's really comfortable, I don't know if you see some of these great little surroundings. Again, it's got that beautiful sunshine gold on the inside. But I know we're going to take one close-up of a chair. The chairs that are along the outside, which is the majority of the chairs along the perimeter walls, are the most... They're obviously some type of office chair, but you've never found a more comfortable chair. One, because it swivels. They're very thick padding. The leather or whatever it is, color, matches perfectly with it. So it's going to be one of the most comfortable chairs you'll find in a restaurant. You don't have to worry about dragging it out. It rolls easily, turns to accommodate you, even us big people like myself. So you've got a great place to go and first of all, be comfortable there. So you're going to be comfortable from the time you sit down to the time you leave. Now let's talk about particulars of the restaurant. First of all, what is the exact address on FORSHEY?
The address is 7935 FORSHEY.
7935,
yes.
Okay. And let's talk about, are you closed any day? What day are you closed?
Well,
Sunday?
Sunday is the only day we don't open. Exactly.
So Sunday's the Lord's Day or whatever, and everybody recognizes that. Okay, now let's talk about Monday through Saturday. What time of the day do you open?
Well, we open at 11 a.m. and close at 7 p.m.
You open at 11 and close at 7, straight through?
Straight through.
All right. Well, see, that's what I like, because I'm a late lunch person. So important thing here is you don't have to worry about being there just during the normal lunch period, 11 to 12:30 or 11 to 1. You can go 2:30 to 3 and have lunch or dinner, whichever it's called, whatever you call it at that time, and be comfortable. And so that's from Monday through Saturday.
Saturday, exactly.
Right, great. Let's see if there's anything else we need to know about the particulars of the restaurant before we start looking at some of this good food. Anything else we need to know about the restaurant itself?
Well, it's like it's cozy, comfortable.
Cozy and comfortable.
Everybody enjoy if they come by, nice and cool.
Any idea why? Was there any particular reason you chose the site other than availability? Is there anything else? Anything led you there?
I'm from GERT town.
Ah, okay.
Born and raised, so I wanted to stay right there at home. And the building there, I know the owner, know everybody.
Excellent, excellent.
Like, it's being at home for me.
And I'm hoping the GERT Town Association, I'm sure there's a civic association, recognizes that, because everyone now is craving for new economic development in places opening up. And so I'm sure if there is such an association, they'll give you some type of recognition and announcement, so all of your neighbors, first of all, will know that you're open, and secondly, to let other people know. Okay, well then that's great news. And again, it is you got comfortable surroundings, and the important thing now is let's go ahead and start taking a look at the food. Now, the first thing I want to do is, when we first got there, they were just coming up with this concept of appetizer starters. And what we're looking here are chicken wings. Now, we're doing chicken wings two ways, right?
Exactly.
This is the fried chicken wings, and you see you get a huge order. How many, about 5, 6 pieces?
6.
6 pieces, okay. And you can eat them like this, or what other way do you serve them?
We are with a ranch dressing on blue cheese.
Well, it's more commonly known as buffalo wings, huh?
Exactly.
So in other words, we're taking those same wings and we're putting a dipping sauces, and you have your choice of a ranch dressing or a
blue cheese.
Blue cheese, okay. Now, are you putting any kind of barbecue sauce at this point when they're buffalo wings, or are they staying as fried like this?
When they buffalo wing, we put the sauce on them.
Oh, okay. So you do have, and that sauce is what type of sauce?
It's basically a barbecue sauce.
So it's the same one. Is it the same sauce you use for your when you're actually barbecuing your chicken?
Exactly.
Okay, and I think we talked about that. That's hot and spicy. Is that right?
Hot and spicy.
Okay, and that's the way buffalo wings should be for those.
Yeah.
But then, of course, what he does to so you're not breathing fire. You've got those cool dips, mainly ranch dressing or blue cheese, which is going to kind of offset the heat that's coming off out of those chicken wings, right?
That's right.
Now, what's good about that is pay attention, folks, because it's not only served so you can get it as an appetizer, we saw the traditional fried way, or as a buffalo with sauce. But you're going to see later that that is also a supplemental ingredient in one of the entree platters. But let's go ahead and we want to move to two other things, the soups and the salad. Now, the main soup that we serve here, and we can't get any better, hopefully, is the gumbo. Let's take a look at this, folks. We've got two shots to show you. I have never found so much stuff in gumbo. And then this is called a seafood gumbo, but it's got more than seafood. If you see from the top, first we've got a huge crab in there. And it tells us about what all the ingredients you have, because you have much more than the typical seafood gumbo.
Yes, we have crabs, shrimp, hot sausages, smoked sausages, chicken.
Anything else? Any other? No?
No,
Besides
basically.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, as he said, he's got a heck of a lot more, even though it's called...
A lot of meat.
A lot of meat.
What people like.
Well, that's the first thing that Dwayne or Bessie told me, that he's here to really serve and delight the folks. So when you're getting these dishes, you're talking about really family-sized portions. These are huge and quite filling. I've never really seen this many ingredients. Really, this can be almost a division between a seafood soup and a meat soup. Now, the meat soup, of course, meat gumbo is usually some kind of fowl, whether it's chicken, which he has, or turkey. But again, he's got sausage, both types sausages. So he's really a combination Creole. And again, spicing. Let's talk about the spicing, because I found it delightfully hot. What are we using? Black pepper or what?
Yeah, basically a little pepper, a little Creole seasoning, and it's kind of spicy. Everything we have is spicy.
Everything you have is spicy.
They love it.
I don't think that's true. We're gonna talk. You do have a lot of spice, and that's what Soul's all about, and that's what New Orleans is all about. But there's some dishes that are not overly spicy. So for those who don't care for spice, you're going to have to pay close attention so you won't be worried that, hey, I'm not going to find anything at the restaurant. So there we go. Now, gumbo can be served at any time. It can be as it is considered. We do have, like in typical soul and family style restaurants, we do have daily plates and certain dishes on each day. So the gumbo, of course, is always going to be on Friday, but it's also available on as you wish as a soup. Now, let's talk about salads. There are two salads that you can order there, and again, either individually as a prelude to your entree, or some will actually come with some of the entree platters. This, first of all, is a great house salad. Tell us what's really good about this is fresh. They're really making every order together. It's not a whole bunch of these sitting out waiting to get. It's basic ingredients. They're just tomatoes, lettuce, and pickles. Is that right?
Correct.
But the important thing is the freshness. They're going to be chilled. They're going to be fresh. They're not going to be making tons of these in advance and letting them sit under the light so they're warm, or the lettuce is wilted, several days old. They're fresh, crisp, and that's the most important. So if you want to start off with a salad, that's fine. But like I said, we also want to show you that some of these are included as dishes for the for your plate of the day. Now, the next one is the age-old favorite of potato salad. Now, for those who know me, I have my potato salad a certain way, and the way that is, it's plopped in the middle of my gumbo. And that chef didn't serve it like that, but that's when we started saying, well, if you had potato salad as a side and not just hooked to a particular dish, people can order it and put it in their gumbo. And that's exactly what I did. For those who know the Cajun style of putting floating potato salad in the gumbo, that really adds another dimension to this restaurant, because it really gets the gumbo creamy. Of course, as we saw, there's not much room for anything in that gumbo pot, but I assure you, take some of that potato salad and put it in, it's going to make the dish even more delightful. All right, now, besides the soup and salads. Again, we're talking to Chef Dwayne Big Bessie Robertson. Don't forget, if you wish to call in anytime during the show, we always have the phones open, and I know the director will put those numbers up so that way we can answer any questions about this. We haven't had a soul restaurant in a while, so we're really glad for this new development. So don't hesitate to call and get any questions about where it is or any particular dish as we hit it or if we don't hit it, to show you that I think he's going to be able to meet all your requirements. Okay, let's go on along the sides. Now, a lot of the dishes will come with garlic bread, which we love, or the wonderful hot buttered French bread, and that's the next picture. Talk about delicious. When you and again, if an entree doesn't come with it, then you can probably order this as a side, as we said before. But again, 2 big pieces. I think I'm not sure which one's which, but I'm telling you the flavor is really there. Many times they talk about garlic bread, but you don't really taste garlic. Here you can really taste the flavor. And the buttered French is absolutely delicious. Now, some of the other sides we have, and we don't have all of them because there's more, but there's a great looking, I think they use some corn, yellow corn. Let's see what we got. Or is it green peas? What else? Green peas, of course. We have yellow, and we have some magnificent yellow corn. And again, some of these a lot of our dishes, and when we talk about get to the entrees, will include this. But Chef, tell me about some of the other, because those are the only. We also have a cornbread. That's right, cornbread is a side. So if you didn't want garlic bread or on the French bread, the next one would be a picture of the cornbread. And let's talk about that cornbread, because before we talk about the other sides, I'm not a big fan of cornbread because one of 2 things happens. One, and it looks the same as everybody else's, so I say, oh, that's no big deal. But to me, the problem with cornbread is 1 or 2. One that we spoke about with the salad is that it's made too far in advance or let to see, and it's so dry it gags you. I can't handle that. Of course, a lot of people will just put butter on it. Well, that helps only to a certain degree. The other thing now is Americans love sweet. Some of them make it so sweet, it's really classifies as a dessert, and it's just too sweet to eat. This is neither. This is both moist and just enough sweetness to give it a taste, but not making it over sweet. So for those who are like much more traditional cornbreads, this is certainly the one you're looking at. Okay, now, Chef, tell us about some of the sides that we didn't get a chance to picture. What else do we have?
Well, one of the sides you didn't picture is the collard greens and the mustard greens. Yeah, sides and
anything else?
Macaroni and cheese, baked the old-fashioned way.
Let's talk about some of those. First of all, I don't know how we missed them, but the days that there was no collard greens or mustard greens. How do you cook those down the traditional way? What kind of seasoning you put in it?
Well, we use a lot of seasoned pickled meat, smoked sausages, and a lot of meat. Everything is with a lot of meat.
A lot of meat.
And they love it. Yeah, plenty of meat.
Plenty of meat. And I got a spice level on it, huh? Heat level.
Oh, yes.
Black pepper?
A little.
Hot sauce?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Chef knows what I'm talking about. Okay, and then, as you said, the macaroni, which we'll see in one of the entrees, is beautiful golden. And nowadays, the new macaroni, I guess it's light macaroni or something. It's just, it doesn't have the real gooey, cheesy flavor that true macaroni first started. And again, I'm sure that's not as healthy for you as the new macaroni, but I think you're going to really enjoy it because this is really the traditional way. All right. Now, we said enough about some of the appetizers and the also the soup, salads, and sides. Let's start looking at some of the daily lunches. Now, remember, he's got lunches. You're going to see he's got sandwiches, and we'll have a sample of one of those at the end. But the important thing, then he's got other things you can mix. But the important thing are these daily lunches, which are really the meat and potatoes. The first one, of course, on Monday, you got to have meatballs. You got to have red beans and rice. And I'm telling you, folks, let's take a look. We got 2 pictures of this. Tell us about what's in those red beans and rice.
Well, as you can see, there's plenty of meat, smoked sausages, rib tips, pickled, plenty of meat.
So we got smoked sausage and pickled meat, right?
Pigtails, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, you say, well, gee whiz, that's, and then, of course, we've got a great seasoning on the red beans, a little bit spice like we need it.
Yeah.
They're not runny, they're not overly dry, really good taste. But now let's show now tell the folks what comes with that. This is a luncheon, all right? Now most places say, well,
Yes,
that's what you get with it. No. You're going to get, first of all, one of those salads, the house salad.
House salad and butter bread.
Okay, and you're going to get the buttered French bread.
Exactly.
You're going to get the entree. And what kind of sides come with this?
The side is the house salad.
We said the salad. What else?
Salad and smoked sausage, or either chicken wings.
There it is. This is really not a side per se, folks. Those same chicken wings and buffalo wings are really done chicken wing style that we talked about that you could buy as an appetizer are included with your red beans and rice. Now, I know a lot of people love chicken and red beans. I mean, it's fried chicken, red beans is just really a great pairing of two items. But what I'm saying is the red beans here could stand alone because of the different ingredients of meat. The sausages, it's not just one sausage, multiple sausages, pickled meat. It's so many different things in there that it's so filling that you really are not looking for another meat accompaniment. But here you get, again, a plate of 3 or 4 of these wonderful fried chicken wings to go along with the salad and the bread, whether you got a huge meal. And again, we're talking about bargain basement prices. You know, we can't talk price here, but as we said, usually soul and family restaurants are the places where value is the greatest emphasis in any of our restaurants. So right up front, we can tell you know that you're going to be, especially in today's economy, you're going to be able to come out smelling like a rose with regard to the little money that you'll be spending. It's silly to even consider fast food when a place like this exists because the quality of the food for the price level is so comparable, and comparable from the price, but superlative from the food quality. Okay, now we don't have the other picture. What else do you serve on Monday besides if someone doesn't want the traditional red beans and rice?
Well, we have a neck bone smothered down.
Okay,
with
so
our
we're talking
potato
about
salad peas.
the turkey or chicken necks?
No, neck bones.
Okay.
Neck bones, yes. Beef neck bones.
Okay.
And
then you're smothering those down.
Exactly, with rice,
Okay.
potato salad peas.
So we're serving that with
butter bread.
rice, with potato salad, and green peas.
Green peas with butter bread.
And buttered bread. All right, folks. So you see, you have 2 great choices. I'm sorry we don't have a picture on that, but again, we would have too many pictures today if we had to do each. But we're all going to at least name and identify each one. All right. I think our next picture is, let's take a look, Mr. Director. This is the smothered pork chop, right?
Correct.
Now, what day is this? I know we've done a little change since we were there. What day is this on now?
It's going to be on a Tuesday.
Tuesday. Well, good. All right. So we're fine. So we got 2 pictures of great-looking pork chop, smothered down over, what else are we serving with? Rice and gravy,
Rice
right?
and gravy, yes.
And again, look at the onions. Look at the real basic food for those.
Bell pepper.
Soul food, and this smothering is so reminiscent of Cajun food to me. And I remember in my mom's household that everything was smothered down. It was just, whether it was steak, whether it was beef, we had tons of food that was just good for everyone to eat because food was cooked so long with so fresh ingredients. And what comes with the, besides the rice, what else comes with the smothered pork chop?
You can get either potato salad or either house salad, either corn or peas, exactly.
And what else?
Or either corn or peas, butter bread.
Oh, you choose between corn and peas, okay?
Yes.
And the bread.
And the bread.
Okay, and what else do you serve on Tuesday besides if you don't want smothered pork, if you don't eat pork for some reason, what else do you serve?
Well, we have the other dish is cabbage. Cabbage with...
Yeah, we had a picture, but it must not have come out right because we didn't see it. This is a dish that really is one of my favorites, smothered cabbage, because once again, he's got, and it's served over rice.
Over rice.
He's got a lot of meat in there. Is this a picture? Oh, we do have it. Okay, so you can take a look at it. Tell us all the different seasonings. Got sausages in here. What else?
Exactly. Sausage, rib tips, pickled tails.
Okay, and that's smoked sausage or what type?
Smoked sausage.
Okay. Smothered way down. You can't get that any better. The only thing better is if you've done red cabbage as well. But smothered down really good over rice. And, sir, again, we have options on sides or what?
With a side on it is with cornbread.
Cornbread. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we got a great, but again, so filling, that smothered cabbage. Take a look at that, folks. It's a great picture. I'm glad it did come out. I thought it wasn't. All right. Now, I think Wednesday is our next day. And one of the big dishes on that, I believe, is your meatball and spaghetti,
Yes,
huh?
yes, meatball
Gotta have a
spaghetti,
tradition. Let's see if
yeah.
we can take a look at that. And let's talk about it, guys. There we go, folks. Take a look at this. One is that? Yeah, that's it, huh?
That's it.
Okay. Now, the big deal I'm going to talk about here is two things. One, the meatballs, and secondly, the actual sauce or the gravy. Let's talk about meatballs. You know, there's all different kind of ways to make meatballs, and unfortunately, in the old days, it was much more simpler. Today, whether it's the cost of money or whatever, they're putting in a lot of other ingredients which don't really add taste and just add filling, whether it's cheese or whether it's just Italian breadcrumbs, and that goes okay for a while. But if you really want meatballs, you want predominantly meat with seasoning, just some seasoning. And I have to tell you, folks, these were the closest to what I recall growing up. And my mother's meatball, even though meatball and spaghetti is Italian, her French version was very, very close to this, and so it's closest to my heart. So it was really, really delicious. What else do you want to say? Anything about your meatballs?
Well, it's all meat, and we don't, and it's seasoned nice, and
Okay.
yes.
Now let's talk about the gravy. The gravy, again, there's two types of gravy. You know, the I don't want to label all Italian, but again, the sweeter side, I've kind of noticed in Italian. Now Americans really just crave everything sweet, as we talked about a few moments ago. But I wouldn't consider. What would you consider this? I wouldn't consider this sweet at all. What would you consider your sauce?
More spicy. It's more spicy. It's not sweet
Definitely
at all.
the soul, leaning towards the soul,
Exactly.
putting a little emphasis on the spice. So this kick, may not be for everybody. If you're looking for something, like I say, the overly sweet one or very, very mild taste, you're not going to catch it. This is really going to ramp it up. Great, great meat and a sauce that's really going to add to you. Notice, folks, we got those numbers up. Please don't hesitate to give us a call. We'd love to hear from you out there. I know Big Bessie here would love to answer any questions. But let's talk about what else comes with the meatballs. What kind of sides? Anything we get on that?
Well, you get corn and house salad with garlic bread.
Once again, the complete deal. You're not just getting the entree. Now, on that day, you also do, what is the next thing we do?
Well, when you came by, we was doing a smothered chicken, but we done changed it. We're going to do a baked chicken and a barbecue chicken.
Oh, okay. So I think what we have a picture of, folks, is a smothered chicken. And I think you
Yes.
said, well, hey, Bob, we're smothering so much. We're smothering the pork chop.
Yeah.
We're smothering this. We're smothering that. So we're going to do a change. And unfortunately, we didn't have time to do the new change picture. But so imagine this dish, but with either baked chicken instead of the smothered, which will make it a little lighter, a little healthier for those who are looking for healthy, but again, not as flavor. No, I'm sure he makes it flavorful with some spice. Or the barbecue. Now, we talked a little bit about the barbecue sauce that we're grilling. You're grilling the chicken for a while, and you're putting the barbecue sauce near the end. You're not slathering on the barbecue from the beginning so it gets all black and burnt.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And you told us that, again, you're going for the hot and spicy
For the
sauce.
spicy.
So once again, it's not as over, and that's one thing that really gags me, are the sweet barbecue sauces. So I'm really glad to hear you do that. Now, what does this serve with there? Is it changed from what we're showing?
Yeah, you get the potato salad, either peas or corn with it. Butter
Is it
bread.
still with rice? Does it have
Rice, yes,
Okay.
rice. With the barbecue chicken, go with like the macaronis.
Okay. The macaroni would be great.
Yes.
All right, so that's Wednesday. We've covered. Remember, meatballs and the barbecue or baked chicken.
That's it,
Now,
exactly.
Thursday, again, I think we've changed them all together.
Yeah.
So we don't have a picture of this. Let's hold off on pictures. And let's talk about, what do you show? On Thursday, you really only have one dish.
The chitlins.
Chitlins.
Yes.
Now, how basic can you get? Now, this is because one of his competitors, old, very famous old soul restaurant that is a little closer to town, serves it on this day too. So he says, well, why not? We offer it here for our friends who live in GERT town or Broadmoor, so they won't have to go way all the way to town and give it to us. Tell us what else comes with the chitlins.
Well, we give a potato salad with it, peas, and butter bread.
Okay. So on Thursday, we're only going to get chitlins.
Exactly.
Of course, you can order a sandwich, which we'll see a little later, but there's not going to be a second charge. Now, Friday, you got slam dunk on Friday, folks. This is some of the best food. Now, let's take a look at what we're going to have. I think the first one is fettuccine with catfish. Well, we got fried fish here. What kind of fish we doing?
Catfish.
Catfish. Now, folks, I know people eat a lot of fettuccine. I hadn't heard of this combination. That doesn't mean it's not popular. But the big deal here is his fettuccines. you can't tell from this so much from this picture, but this is stuff with all kind of stuff. It's not just Alfredo sauce and the heavy cream sauce. Tell us what you got in the fettuccine itself.
Well, we have shrimp, 3 cheeses, and little crab meat.
There you go.
Yeah, and
so there you go, folks.
Little spice in it.
Well, we know you got the spice. But where else are you going to find fettuccine? You might have the cheeses, the multiple cheeses. That's pretty common. But you're not going to find shrimp with it as a main, unless the whole dish would just be shrimp and fettuccine. Here, they not only got shrimp, you also have crab meat, the most delicate of all. So that alone should make a complete meal. But no, he's so great. He's putting with that fried catfish, and so you've got a super slick dish that has so much going for it. And once again, you can get your side orders, your salads, your bread, and
garlic bread, and a house salad with it.
Okay. But let's keep moving now on Friday because we're almost out of time before we got to go back to our singer. Take a look at now this, folks, I have to admit, it's probably the pride dish that I've tasted at his restaurant, and that is his shrimp and okra. Now, I'm not a big fan of okra. Usually it's slimy, and I just don't like that, even in gumbo. But I have to tell you, I just chowed through this like a freight train. I went through it all. Tell us how you do this a little bit, please. Spend a little time on it.
Well, basically, it's smothered down. You got to take your time with it because, like you say, everybody rush it to be slimy.
Right.
I smother it down, get it out of there, and shrimp, smoked sausages, a little spice.
Okay. And served over rice.
Served over rice.
The spice is definitely there.
Yes.
Loaded with shrimp, loaded with tomatoes and okra. Really a great flavor. Now, what else is this served with?
Now, I usually get with that the garlic bread and a side salad.
Garlic bread and side salad. Okay. All right. Now, the only dish, and then we got to go, is Saturday. And what are you doing on Saturday? That used to be your chitlin dish, but you moved to Sunday. You moved that to Thursday. So what are you doing on Saturday?
Basically, Saturday, as you can see, it'd be smothered turkey wings with rice.
Okay, so we don't have any pictures of that because we didn't count. So smothered turkey wings with the rice, anything else, peas?
Yeah, peas or either corn, potato salad, exactly, the whole works.
Okay, so that works out through the week, nerds. Now you know, and we're going to rehash this in a few minutes, but it's coming up on time for us to hear the musician. The important thing here is we will review after we come back those dishes. Then we want to take a look at some of the sandwiches and some of the platters, especially the seafood platters that are available to you at, remember, Big Bessie's Soul and Seafood on FORSHEY on the corner of Short Street, 1 block off of Carrollton, 2 blocks off Earhart on the river or uptown side. All right, folks, we want to go ahead and take a listen. We've got OLGA WILHELMINA back in the studio, not in the studio, but on tape. And remember, she's broadening from her bluegrass music and starting to expand. Let's take a listen and see if this song is going to be a little different on that category. We'll catch you on the other side of it.
For my next song, this is a song called Gotta Keep Moving. Actually wrote this one in New Orleans a few years ago.
It's hard to be living from door to door. Ain't no place my own, just a borrowed floor. And I gotta keep moving. Well, I'm running on nickels and I can't stand still. If thunder don't get me there, the lightning will. And keep moving. I've got to keep moving. Yes, long gotta go. I can't stop now. I can't stop, no. Yeah. Well, if I take it on slow, I think too much. Nothing makes sense, it's a cluster but and I've gotta keep moving. There's a hole in my keep moving. Lord, gotta go. No, I just can't stop now. I can't stop, no. I've got to keep moving. Hey, yeah, yeah, you say I just got to go now, babe. I can't stop now. I can't stop, no. Don't you know it's just a long way to go, and there is no end, nothing, no choice but to keep on moving. Ooh, yeah. Strangers will come and talk to me now. I ain't no different but of them somehow. Said I've gotta keep moving. And peace is a state that we'll never know. It's not where I live, but I wish I could go. And I've gotta keep moving. I've got to keep moving. Oh, gotta go. No, I can't stop now. I can't stop, no. I've got to keep moving. I say, hey, yeah, nah. I just got to go now, baby, baby, baby. I just can't stop now. And I can't stop, no, Lord, Lord. I just got to keep on moving. And I got to go. Can't stop now. Yeah, I can't stop, no. I just gotta keep on moving.
Thank you, OLGA WILHELMINA. It was the number 2 for us today. Again, she's got something, you got to admit, folks. And I really like this new look, and not so much facial look, but new sound with regard to broadening her horizon. Not that I don't like bluegrass, but it's just not something I can listen to tons of. So I'm glad she's expanding her horizons. I think it's going to make her a lot more popular with a lot more out there as you as well. Okay, we're here today with Chef Dwayne Big Bessie Robertson of Big Bessie's Soul and Seafood Restaurant on the corner of FORSHEY and Shaw. And did you say how long you've been open? I forgot
About 3 months.
3 months, so not too long, but long enough for us to be in there. And what's great, it's open 6 days a week, okay, closed on Sunday like a lot of good restaurants should be. But the important thing, remember, folks, they're open Monday through Saturday, straight through from 11 in the morning till, what is it? 7 at night PM. Right now, because I think later on when it cools down, he might stay open a little later, depending on how the late night traffic comes, the dinner traffic. But you just come and you can eat anything the same time. The menu stays the same, so you can choose it at any hour of the day. That's the key, at your comfort. Very, very comfort is the word. From the wonderful chairs, I tell you, that sit down and swivel and just soft as anything. Okay, we've gone through the individual days, special platters. We're going to look at some things you can get any day and go into the beverages and desserts. I think our next picture will be some of the platters, which again, even though predominantly seafood, we get those. There we go. I think we can get these any day. Is that correct?
Correct.
Look at this platter. And again, this is so great. You have such choices on the combos. This is, I guess, fried catfish and shrimp platter with French fries. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, what other combos you can get? I know you got a ton of different combinations, which is very unusual. For a lot of them is strictly the shrimp and oyster. I know you got oysters, and what else do you have?
We have the fish, shrimp, oyster, and you can get a combo with the fish, shrimp, and oyster. You can get it either with the
So
shrimp
you can
and
get a
oysters.
triple combo, which is, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
so there you go. But you can mix those and match anyway. You know,
Any
you
way
can
you
have the
want.
oysters with the fish, or the
Exactly.
oysters with the shrimp, or the fish with the shrimp. Or, as he said, the triple combo, which would be the queen of platters with French fries. So that's a great try. And I think you also have now a platter with meat instead of those who don't have seafood. Isn't it a pork chop platter? Do you do
Pork
that?
chop platter, yes. We
And
have
how you doing that pork chop?
with pork chop, fries, salad, and toast.
It's fried?
Fried, exactly.
Okay. Fried pork chop with French fries?
With French fries.
Excellent.
House salad.
So there's something you can have a platter any day. Doesn't have to be fried. You remember Friday's got those two great choices. And then also he's got a slew of po' boys or bun sandwiches. What we wanted to do, take one of his signature sandwiches, and it's called the Big Smoky, I believe, a big old smoky burger done on a po' boy style. And tell us what makes this burger so good.
Well, basically, it's fresh, made daily, ground meat, cheese, lettuce, pickle, tomato,
Okay.
and the key thing on it, grilled onions.
That's the key.
Yeah,
For,
the grilled
the
onions.
most important thing, first of all, is the homemade meat patty. You know, it's beef.
Exactly.
They're putting it together, ground. They're not buying, although they have a hamburger already made if you want. They have the traditional hamburger patty, but this is really a homemade hamburger for those, and cheeseburger, of course, because I got to have the cheese on it. And then again, he has a special accompaniment of a nice red Spanish onion slice. But you know, if you don't like onions, that's your business. But it's a great sandwich. Again, can be served on French style or po' boy. Is that right?
Correct.
Now let's run real quickly through some of those other sandwiches. You got different types of burgers. We said cheeseburger, hamburger, smoky burger. You got the seafood, shrimp, oyster, or fish. What other kind of sandwiches do you have?
And we also have like turkey,
Turkey?
liver cheese.
Yeah, he's got some unusual ones like liver cheese for deli meat, which is really good, something we haven't had since growing up. And sausages. I know you have smoked sausage and hot sausage.
Hot sausages.
Yeah, that's just good. Usually most people have one or the other, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, we have roast beef, pork chop.
Roast beef or a pork chop.
We eat
Roast
the
beef
pork
with
chop.
gravy. That's great. Nothing better than a roast beef, gravy, and Swiss cheese, loaded, gooey, sloppy, and tasty. So you have that and all that. Now, again, fries don't come with it, so it's a little separate charge. But again, it's a reduced charge from if you ordered an order of fries by itself. So we got a great selection of sandwiches and platters. Now let's take a look at some of the desserts, and we'll talk about beverages and finish up. Now desserts, he's got two. One, the most important, of course, is bread pudding. This is New Orleans. We got two great pictures. You can see it loaded with raisins. But he's got an ingredient. I had someone else taste this, and they kept saying, what is the other? There's some other fruit in there. I can't figure it out. What else do you put in there, which is really unusual?
Pineapple.
Is that fresh pineapple slice?
Fresh pineapple, exactly.
Great. And then you cook it. Is there any sauce on it at all? What kind of sauce do you put on
Well,
it?
we use a rum sauce later. Once it's baked, then cooled off, we put a rum sauce on
Put
it
a hot
later.
rum sauce is
Yes.
on. Okay, there, folks. What could be more traditional? Well, that's going to be good. Pineapple can be either sweet for you or a little, maybe just a little tart. So it's bound to have a neat change from just the raisin situation. Now, the other thing he's having, which we don't have a picture of, folks, because they've just changed their desserts, is he's doing homemade cake. He's doing a real interesting right now, so it'd be great to come and try this one before he changes it. What's that one you're doing?
7-Up and carrot cake.
7-Up and carrot cake. That's
Yes.
so but the cake itself is a white cake, a yellow cake. What is it?
White cake.
And then you're using 7-Up in the batter.
Yes.
And what else was it? What was the other thing?
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Carrot.
You mean carrots or carrot? I'm confused. Carrot cake, is a dessert by itself.
Exactly. It's carrot cake. Carrot cake. Just carrots in the cake.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm having a real fresh carrot.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So that's enough to make you interested in trying. So curious how you can have a fresh carrot in a 7-Up cake. But what other ones are you envisioning for the future for anyone else?
Well, lemon, vanilla, and sourdough.
lemon, vanilla, which lemon's my
And
favorite.
probably chocolate, too.
Chocolate and anything
Yes.
else? What was that last one?
Or sourdough.
And what was sourdough cake? Ah, wow, that'll be good. So there you go, folks. Again, it's not a big menu selection. You get two choices, but that's pretty basic for any restaurant to get you a sweet tooth. Now, as for beverages, right now we're not, no alcohol is served. Is that correct?
Correct. No alcohol right now.
Now, are people allowed to bring alcohol or no?
No, not
even
right
one?
now.
Okay, all right, no problem. So again, very good. Good news to my ears, but at the same time, I know a lot of restaurants have to have alcohol. So he's got a big selection of sodas. And in addition to that, he's got lemonade and tea, iced tea. And he's got my favorite. You want to tell him what that is?
The Honor Palm.